Hello everyone, welcome back to Medical Coding Club. This is Chandrika. So in today's session, I am going to show you how to lead final MDM level utilizing AAPC E calculator. So if you're already an ENM expert, you don't have to use AAPC calculator. But if you are a beginner and if you have recently got certified and you are exploring how to lead final MDM, so then definitely AAPC ENM calculator is the best resource or a tool that you have. So you can utilize that and you can learn a lot. So in today's session, I'm also going to navigate through Codify, okay, utilizing this calculator. So please do watch video till end, and if you find it useful and informative, you can subscribe to my channel, and if you can also share it with your medical coding friends. Okay, so let's begin. So first, we will take a look on our ENM office visit or other outpatient setting codes based on the patient type. Okay, for new patient we have 4 codes, and for established patient we have 4 codes. So in this session I am completely going to discuss about MDM, okay, which is medical decision making, and we are not going to discuss any guideline on time. Okay, so that's why I took only information regarding MDM. So first you can see 99202, this is a new patient code, and you will give 99202 for straightforward MDM, and 99203 for low MDM, 99204 moderate MDM, 99205 for high MDM, okay, medical decision making. Coming to established patient, again here also the code starts with 99212 for straightforward, 213 for low MDM, 214 for moderate MDM, 215 is for high MDM. Okay, so these are the code set we have for office visit or other outpatient setting. Okay, so next we will understand the coding guidelines based on MDM. So as we just saw, we have recognized 4 types of MDM. Okay, all are based on the severity of the medical record. Okay, like you can see here the straightforward MDM, low MDM, moderate MDM, and high MDM. So all are this like final MDM. How to lead, you should learn. So now MDM is defined by 3 elements. So the elements include chart A, chart B, chart C. So chart A is for problem being addressed or problem being treated during the encounter, and then amount and complexity of data to be reviewed and analyzed, risk of complication, morbidity or mortality of the patient management, which is nothing but treatment. Okay, so what is the patient problem? What are the procedure they are performing? And what are the treatment plan they did? Okay, these are the 3 main pillars to get our final MDM. Okay, so now coming to coding guideline. So the guideline says must consider 2 of 3 MDM elements for overall MDM level. So you just have to focus on 2 elements. So with like what are those 2 elements? You can see use any 2 chart that meet or exceed and drop the lowest one. So out of these 3 charts with the chart A, chart B, and chart C, say for example, chart A you are getting moderate MDM, and chart C again you are getting moderate MDM, and this chart B, which is data, you are getting maybe limited, okay, limited or low MDM. Okay, then you are chart A and chart C both are meeting it as moderate. So you are going to take these 2 and you will conclude your final MDM as moderate. And you are going to drop this limited, which belongs to data. Okay, so this is the first coding guideline. So I'm not going to discuss in detail because I have already explained everything in my previous videos. So in today's session, I'm just focusing on like how to use AAPC calculator. Okay, so before that, I'm just giving you some, like again, overview I am giving. So next coding guideline we have, that is, so okay, you can just take on one real-time example also for the guideline one. So you can see must consider two of the three MDM elements for overall MDM level. So in this image, you can see that type of service is office or outpatient setting, type of visit is new patient, number of complexity of problem addressed is moderate, amount and or complexity of data to be reviewed, moderate, risk of complication is low. Okay, according to coding guideline, must consider two of the three MDM elements which meet or exceed. So here two elements are meeting as moderate. So your final medical decision making is moderate complexity. Okay, so this is how you are going to get your final MDM utilizing the guidelines. So this is one guideline. Since patient is new, your code is 99204. So next comes to MDM calculation guide. If all three MDM elements are different, then follow the MDM hierarchy and choose the mid level. So here, if you get all three elements, like none of them are meeting, so then you have to take the average. Okay, that average level will be your final MDM. So you have, for that you need to follow the MDM hierarchy. So MDM hierarchy has the least one is straightforward, then low, then moderate, then high MDM. Okay, so let's take an example. Type of service is office or outpatient visit, type of visit is new patient, and here problem addressed level is low and data level is moderate, risk level is high. Okay, so you can see none of them are meeting. So in this case, you will implement your hierarchy and you will take the average one. So here, if you look at, to give it a low level, it will be a least one, and to give it high level, it will be the highest one. So in average, okay, average you are getting moderate, which is there in the mid. Okay, so you can just select moderate as your medical decision making final MDM. Okay, final MDM is moderate complexity. Don't think moderate is in middle, so you are taking moderate complexity. It's not like that. You have to look the hierarchy, and in the hierarchy, whatever the level you are getting as average, that you have to take. Okay, for example, if you get problem addressed as low, and amount, this data is minimal. Okay, and then risk, that is treatment, is assume it is moderate. Okay, moderate, minimal, and low. So minimal is nothing but you can consider as straightforward. Just a minute. Okay, so straightforward, low, moderate. So this level you have in my reframed scenario. So then you will get low as an average level. At that time, you have to take your final MDM as low. Okay, that is how it works. So just once again, you can check the hierarchy and you will able to understand. So next, moving to example. So with these example, I can show you how to use the AAPC calculator. So example one, patient type is new, okay, and problem is acute uncomplicated illness. The example is sore throat. So sore throat is a medical condition, and that belongs to acute uncomplicated illness. And data, they have ordered one lab, risk, which is treatment, they have given OTC medication. So now we have to check what is our final MDM. So let's explore our ENM calculator now. So you can see we have ENM calculator here. So now you can choose the date of encounter, like I am choosing randomly. You can choose whatever there in your medical record. Okay. So next you have to select the type of service. So here you can see there are many services. So in that I have already told you we are discussing on office outpatient visit. So I'm selecting this. And what is the patient type? New or established. Patient is new patient. Okay. So now we will check our medical decision making. So firstly, problem. So you can see here problem. What is the problem being addressed? So the problem level is, they have just given what kind of problem. They said acute uncomplicated illness. So you can select here as acute, one acute uncomplicated illness or injury. Okay, this is your problem. Next comes to data, amount and complexity of data to be reviewed and analyzed. Here again, what point we have? The data is one lab ordered. So they have ordered strep test. So only one test being ordered. So ordering of each unique test. So 1 point you can give here. Okay. So that comes to actually minimal or none. 1 minute. So 1 point you have. And then here in the risk, okay, diagnostic procedure and management. In this section, chart C, we have OTC drug. Okay, OTC drug, you can take it as other low risk testing or treatment. Okay, so OTC belongs to low risk treatment. So you can choose other low risk treatment. So now go back to your MDM. So see here. So MDM, the overall MDM you are getting as low. Okay, low MDM is the final MDM. So easily you can get your MDM. So utilizing AAPC calculator. So for one, the example one, final MDM is low. Okay, so I'll repeat, your problem level was low level and data was minimal because only one test ordered, and the OTC again low. Okay, so 2 points, like two are meeting as low level. So your final MDM is low MDM. Okay, so for new patient, low MDM code you will get 99203. This is your ANM code for low MDM. Okay, so this is how you can navigate your AAPC calculator. Let's see one more example. Example 2, patient type is established patient, and here patient problem, two stable chronic illness, that is diabetes mellitus and hyperlipidemia. So both are stable. So you can take 2 plus stable chronic illness, data none, like they did not perform any data. Risk, prescription drug management they have given. So what is your final MDM? We have to check. So let's re-explore our APC calculator. So first example, we got low MDM. Again, I'll once again I'll come to the calculator. So I have selected office or outpatient visit, but here in this example, patient type is established patient. So I'm selecting establish, and then we are leading to our medical decision making problems. So they're told two chronic stable illness. So you have to check out that point. See, two or more stable chronic illness. Okay, you can choose this. Next, coming to data, data is 0. They did not perform anything regarding data management. So data is 0 points. Next comes to risk. So here they have given prescription drug management. So you can check that out, prescription drug management. And now you can see your final MDM as moderate. Okay, MDM as moderate. So you can see here that has given you the correct level. So established patient, final MDM is moderate. Okay. And when you look into your ENM OP code, you will get 99214 for moderate MDM. Okay. So again, I'll give you problem 2, stable chronic illness. You will get in a moderate level, data none. So you can take minimal or none. Prescription drug, again moderate. So 2 are meeting as moderate. So your final MDM is moderate. Okay, easy. So you got to understand our first coding guideline, where our first coding guideline says must consider 2 of the 3 MDM elements which are meeting. Okay, so easily you can code in this way. So we'll see if I have any other example. Okay, one more example I have. So this is established patient. Problem is multiple chronic illness with progression. So patient is not having stable chronic illness, but here patient is having a progressed exacerbation is there. Okay, so now that point goes to, you have to check where this exactly this falls, and then data 3 labs ordered, and then they have given prescription drug management also. Okay, so we will see that. Before that, I'll give you one brief information about this particular problem. Problem says multiple chronic illness with exacerbation or with progression. So let's go back to our worksheet. So you can see here there are difference. So that is 2 plus stable chronic illness falls under moderate level, and 1 plus chronic illness with exacerbation or progression, that is also falls under moderate. But if you get severe exacerbation, 1 plus chronic illness with severe exacerbation, then your level is high. Okay, that differences you should know. Okay, then only you can lead appropriate final MDM level. Once you know the, or once you identify the problem, then only you can select the point under AAPC calculator. If you don't know whether it is a stable illness or like a progressive or with severe exacerbation, then if you don't know the differences, then it is difficult. Okay, so for that, all of this, what is self-limited, what are the example, what is stable chronic illness, okay, all of this I have already explained in previous videos. So I'll also try to add the link in the description of the previous video. If you want to explore from the beginning, you can go back and watch that video first, and then you can come to this video. Okay, so yes, let's see what will be our final MDM. So in the third example, it is 1 or more chronic illness with exacerbation and progression. Next data, they have ordered 3 labs. Okay, so 3 points you can take. Next, they're given prescription drug management. Okay, so your final MDM is moderate. Okay, because all 3 you are getting it in moderate level. Problem is also moderate, and data is also moderate, risk is also moderate. Okay, so together you will be getting your final MDM as moderate. Okay, so like this I have many examples, but like I cannot go through each of the problems and data points. So I have just wanted to show how to navigate the ENM calculator. So many of you are not even aware about the calculator. So I just made this session. I hope this is useful. And same way, if you want, say for example, one more guideline example I'll try to give you. So assume like all three, if you get all three level as in different level, how to take. So easy, I'll give you an example. Let's consider our problem is one acute complicated illness. Okay, so you got problem one acute complicated illness. So next, data, take an example. They have reviewed one test. I mean, okay, they have ordered one test, and there is also independent historian. So independent historian means like someone giving history other than patient, maybe mother, father. Okay, their involvement, we will consider it as independent historian. So I'm selecting that also. So together I'm getting 2 points from the data section. Lastly, assume I may have prescription drug management, okay, which belongs to moderate level. So now you can see risk is moderate, and data is 2 points, which is limited. And then low, this is one acute uncomplicated illness or injury, is again a low problem. Okay, so in this case you will get your problem as like final MDM as low, because here in this example also your problem and data is meeting as same. Their data is limited and the problem is low, so both are low combination. You got the final MDM as low. Okay, so let's rechange this. Only will change in the problem. So we will just take an example. One self-limited minor problem. Okay, one self-limited minor problem. Everything, like remaining everything, I'm keeping it same. So now you can see again you got low as your MDM. But if you carefully check, here all the three elements are falling in a different level. Okay, so the first one, risk, falls under moderate level. Next comes to data. Data, I did not change anything, so data is limited. And but when I check into a problem, I chose one self-limited or minor problem, which goes to straightforward level. Okay, one self-limited or minor problem goes to straightforward. So my problem P is straightforward, and data is limited, risk is moderate. All three elements are in different level. So now you have to follow the hierarchy, and according to the hierarchy, whichever falls in average, okay, that you have to give it as your final MDM. So as you know, to give straightforward, this will be very less. To give moderate, it will be the highest. In middle, we have the low level as the average. So you should pick low level as your final MDM. So that's what you are seeing in the AAPC calculator also. So you can see for a final MDM as low level. Okay, so that's how you can navigate your calculator. So please take your time and take your own examples which you are seeing daily coding life, and you can explore it. Okay, so yes, that's all for today, and I hope you got some ideas on how to use AAPC calculator. And yes, and also my new basic to advanced, which is focusing on CPC exam, that particular course starting from October 10th. So if you want to learn everything from beginning, you can join my course. So there will be 60 days of class. Everyday classes will be there except Saturday and Sunday. So every day you can get to learn for 2 hours. So many things you are going to learn. So you can plan to join if you are interested. So thank you all. Thank you for watching. And as I said, please do subscribe to my channel, and please do share with your medical coding friends. Thank you.